Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started because it's on time and I don't want to be late for all those thousands that are going to be watching it streaming in their hotel rooms and whatever. So, welcome to Exam 7740, Installation, Storage and Compute with Windows Server 2016, a real mouthful. There are 3 exams in the series. This is the only cert prep at Ignite this year. If you want to watch any of the others, I strongly recommend you get onto Channel 9 or YouTube and watch last year's. The exams changed a little bit, but the 741 and the 742 will still be just as valid. We did some good ones last year. First of all, an offer to you. I'll introduce myself first. My name's Ed Baker. I'm an independent contractor, but I do quite a bit for Microsoft, and I have the email address serverguy@microsoft.com. It's designed for the UK, and it's designed for resellers and distributors, and I have a 5-hour SLA on any question on Windows Server 16 or 19. That's been delayed a little bit now because I'm 5 hours over here as opposed to over there. That 5-hour SLA is UK time, but if you want to, I'll extend it to you guys. You got any questions? Ask away. It's not a free support service, fellas and ladies. So I'm not going to enter into a long mail trail, but I can give you some hints and tips and advice on whatever you're doing, whether it be certification, licensing, whatever. So remember that, serverguy@microsoft.com, and he tweets at serverguyuk as well. Okay. Why are we here? Well, we're going to talk about certification in general. You may have seen in Scott Guthrie's keynote that he introduced some new learning and some new certifications and some new courses. I'm going to go a little bit through some of that. Then I'm going to do a step-by-step review of what's called the objective domain of the exam. That's every single item that you could possibly be tested on almost. Then a little section on how to prepare, and then what you can do to take action. First up, if you feel you're anywhere near ready in exam, if you take it here, it's 50% off. And that's not just server, that's any exam. So if you're feeling certifiable, 50% off. So, some audience participation. How many in the room have already certified in any Microsoft technology at all? Cool. And how many have certified in Server 2008 or 12? Cool, about half. And how many have got a cert in 16 yet? Excellent, right audience. I ought to tell you this is a 2-session, or this is billed as a level 200 session by its title. It's not. This is going to go into stuff that is definitely 300. Last year it was a 300. I don't know why it's 200 this year. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to give you some key takeaways. We're going to go through the objectives of preparing you for the exam. We're going to give you some exam study tips, some material to go through, links, resources, and then go through the topics so that you're, if not ready for the exam, you understand at least what you need to do to get ready for that exam wherever you are now. Let's have a look at server certification. You might have noticed that Microsoft is fairly cloudy and AI at the moment, and Windows Server generally doesn't fit into cloudy or AI. Well, Server 16 is very definitely a superb hybrid platform, and we will cover that a little bit. But you can still get an MCSA in Windows Server 2016. To do that, you need 3 exams. You need 7740, which is the one we're talking about today. You need 7741, which is a networking exam, and 7742, which is an identity exam. They're all equally hard, they're all about the same level of difficulty. They just cover different areas. Now, some big news, some changes. If you got those 3 for the MCSA, you used to be able to get one more exam in another technology and become an MCSE in cloud and infrastructure platform. That's going away. You're going to be an MCSA or an MCSE in core infrastructure. They've removed the term cloud. They've removed the term cloud and infrastructure. It's now core infrastructure. And you can now retake Microsoft exams. So if you gain that MCSE, after a year, you can retake one of the exams to regain it. Or you can go ahead and take any of those in the right-hand box as another elective to gain another string to your bow if you want to. And you'll notice that even though they've called it core infrastructure, there's at least 4 of those exams are actually Azure exams. The MCSA for 2012 is still available. and you can still take that. So if you're part way through that, there's no reason to stop. If that's the technology you are using in your environment, if you're not using 16, if you're using 12, certifying 12, you've got a much better chance of certifying what you're using every single day. Then there is a single exam to allow you to upgrade to 2016 if you want to. So that's the new track. Microsoft are moving very much to role-based certification. So all of the Azure certs are moving to Azure Administrator, Azure Architect, Azure Developer, Azure DevOps, etc. This hasn't changed. This is the Windows Server Administrator, which anybody who gets the MCSA would fit that profile. And those are the tasks Microsoft are expecting you to do day to day to be ready to take the exam. Deploying Nano Server, deploying Core, deploying GUI, or desktop experience as they call it, data dedupe, all that good stuff, which we'll cover shortly. So, let's move on to the overview and objective domain. If we can save questions to the end, that's great. If not, if you run up to the microphones, I might see you. It's a bit wide, but I might see you, and if it's a really urgent question that you really want, I'll try and answer it. What's in the exam? Well, I can't really tell you that, but I can tell you the sort of things you're going to get. You're going to get somewhere between 40 and 60 questions. And I can't tell you how many because each exam is randomly generated at the time it's downloaded to your machine. While I'm talking about exams, anybody taking an exam at home yet? Anybody know you can take exams at home? Wow. I take all of my exams sat on my bed with my 5 dogs around me. Because if I don't have them in the room, they'll make a noise and it disturbs you. You can go to Pearson VUE, tick online proctored, and you can book the time, the date, and you can take the exam at home. Don't do it in your office where there's things on the wall. Do it in a room where there isn't a television. You can only have one screen. The only downside is you do not get the 2 bits of paper you can make notes on. You can't have anything to write on at all. So if you rely on that, take the exam at a centre. If you don't rely on it, absolutely, it's far less stressful. And I have a huge distance to go to get to an exam centre, so I take them all at home. That's available for every Microsoft exam in the professional range. So it's going to be 40 to 60 questions. You don't get penalised for getting things wrong. So you don't start with 1,000 and get one wrong and go down to 999. You don't start like that. You start with 0 and you have to score. So getting an answer wrong doesn't lose you anything. Not answering it absolutely does. If you don't know the answer, a guess is just as good as anything else. Okay? Be aware now, a bit like Cisco exams, some questions, when you've answered it, you cannot go back and change it. Some you can review at the end and make changes. I would urge you don't, because normally your first attempt is normally your best attempt. But there are some that will not allow you, and it will tell you if you can or cannot make changes to those answers. The exams vary in time, but if you plan for 150 to 180 minutes, that will be enough. If you're an avid exam taker, you can get through them in 40, 45 minutes, depending on what the exam is. But an hour and a half, 2 hours is about right. You then get a period at the end where you're allowed to make comments on the questions, review the questions, and do other stuff. And gone are the days where it's just pick 1, pick 2, pick 3, here's your answers. There's now an awful lot more choice for exam writers to write about. So you can write build lists where you have to say, you want to achieve A, B, C, put these 6 items in the right order. Or pick 4 of these 8 items and put them in the right order. That sort of thing. There's hot areas where you click graphics, a whole bunch of different ones. Coming in the newer exams, but will not be in this exam, is performance-based testing. So if you take an Azure exam now, one of the new Azure exams, you'll get 2 labs, it'll pop up, you'll get a browser in Azure, and you will actually carry out the right things to do, and it will mark it in the background based on JSON and PowerShell. Every new exam that is written in the future will have performance-based testing in the track. So there's 3 exams in this track. You might have 2 of those exams in future have performance-based testing. Okay. So you've answered them. How do you know whether you passed or failed? This is the area where I get a bit grey, because there's a varying number of questions, and the maximum score is 1,000. And the passing score is 700. But on one exam, that might be 50%. On another exam, it might be 60%. And indeed, if you, sir, were to take Service Exam today, it might be 50%. If you downloaded one, it might be 60%, because every single question is weighted and graded. So one question might be really, really hard, and it's worth more than, it's got the same number of points, but it's weighted a little bit more. So all you need to know is you're aiming at 700. That's the cut score. And it's all done by a lot of stats and a psychometrician that works through all the questions with the people who write the questions, and it does come out right. Never miss questions. Always answer the questions. Every single question. What happens if you come across a question that you absolutely know is wrong? Comment on it. If you pass, leave it at that. If you're suboptimal, or as in you don't get 700, raise an exam query. Because occasionally things do go wrong and some things get mixed up and you do get errors. So if you know it's wrong and you've commented on it and you don't pass, raise a query. Every comment is looked at and every exam query will go back to your individual exam and the questions you get. Okay. Structure. Let's have a look at the exam. The questions nowadays will say something like, you are an administrator, you are a domain admin, you are a developer, it'll tell you what role you're playing in this little scenario. And it'll tell you what you want to achieve. The application you're developing must do this. You want to deploy DNS in this way. You want to add a nano server to your infrastructure. You need to do this. How do you do it, or what should you do? Every question will have those 4 stages, so it gives you a nice story behind it. This particular exam is split up into 6 sections. These sections form the total objective domain. The rest of this, or next 45 minutes, we'll be going through each one of those objective domains, because each objective domain has a number of sub-objectives within it that you have to be able to answer all the questions about. The percentage figures tell you, on average, what you might expect to get in an average exam in terms of numbers of questions of that type. So let's say we've got 50 questions, because that's half of 100, and I can make that into a percentage because my maths will do that. So I've got 50 questions. If there is 30% in high availability, I'm going to get maybe 15 questions on high availability. Potentially. Maybe. This is a big exam on high availability. But I might only get 2 or 3 or 4 questions on installing servers. That helps you to understand how much effort you're going to put in to the areas you do and don't know in revising and learning for these topics. So let's have a look at install Windows servers in host and compute environments. Remember I said there's some subdomains under that? This is what you're expected to learn. The objective domain also says, and is not limited to. So if there's something similar to here that the exam writers feel are worth writing about, that's sort of it but not exactly mentioned, it could be in the exam. Now my approach to this, and I think I've done about 100 and something exams, is I take that list and I place it on a OneNote. I then read, determine Windows Server installation requirements. So I go to, where would I go to find that? Anybody want to stick a hand up, say where would I go to find that? docs.microsoft.com. This is the place you will learn absolutely everything you need to learn about everything about server. Some people blog quite well. Server Guy does some, but not an enormous amount. Docs.microsoft.com is the place you want to go and find out this stuff. So I would go and search using, I might Google with Bing, but I would find that page on Docs, and I would link it to that objective. And if there's a good table in there, I'd copy the table into that objective. And I'd have the whole of my OneNote based on that objective domain so that when I go back to revise it, I haven't got to go back to Docs. I can go to the link and go, oh, I know where that is, click it, and I'm there, and I can reread it. Just a tip. So we're going to go through, not all of this, because there's an awful lot here, but we're going to go through some of the key areas we're going to cover. You will note here, somewhere, if I can find the word, it's on the next section. We're going to look at what types of server we have. The vast majority of questions you will receive will be on standard or data center. And there are some, I won't call them bankers, but if one edition of the product does something and the other edition of the product doesn't do something, then it's a good thing to ask a question about. In Server 2012, there was no technical difference between standard and data center whatsoever. In 2016, they reintroduced differences. Software-defined networking, software-defined storage, shielded virtual machines, all sorts of stuff. Storage replica. They're only in data center. Good things for questions. The vast majority will be on standard and data center, but you would need to know what the others are for. And you would need to know if there's any different requirements in deploying them. In an objective domain like this one, you cannot avoid having to learn facts. It used to be a lot worse, but you need to know you could do it in 512 mega RAM. Would anybody install a server with 512 mega RAM? No, but you could. Theoretically, you could. You need to know that you can no longer have 32-bit servers because that went out at 2008. 2008 R2 was 64-bit only. Little niche one here. If you install a virtual machine with 512, that won't work because it needs extra. You need to allocate 800 meg. Also, something new in Server 2016, Secure Boot. You need to have the right UEFI 2.3.1c for Secure Boot. So that's what you need to do it. What about deploying it? How do we actually deploy it, and which version and which option do we deploy? Because there are a number of different deployment options for Windows Server. There used to be 2. There's 3 now. Are you going to do it clean? Are you going to do it as an upgrade or a migration? All are different. There will be questions on. You want to do this, this, and this. Is an upgrade sensible? Microsoft has spent a lot of money making Windows Server 2016, or 12 to 16, a valid, viable upgrade path. Most of you are IT pros out there, and you'd go, I wouldn't upgrade a server. But it's valid, and it's possible, and it's sensible now. Personally, I wouldn't upgrade a server. But it can be done. Are you going to choose the standard or the data center? You can tell from the graphic there that it wants to install Windows Server Standard 2016. It doesn't say Core Edition. It just says Standard. The default installation of Windows Server is the non-GUI edition. Why? Because Windows Server now is deployed as a secure solution. It's an assume breach environment which says, wherever you're deploying me, I'm going to assume that everything is already broken and you've been hacked. The desktop experience, the GUI with IIS and Internet Explorer and all sorts of other stuff on there, needs more to update, has a bigger platform, has a bigger footprint, and can be attacked more easily. There is an argument, and Jeffrey Snover uses this all the time, why would I ever need a GUI on a server? Apart from a couple of roles, which you will need to know that need a GUI, things like WDS needs a GUI. But why would I do that? Because a client has a GUI. A server with a GUI, Jeffrey would say, is a client. Especially as you've now got remote server admin tools in Windows 10 that will cover from Windows Server 16 all the way back down, and you don't have to have separate editions. And all of your management tools are there. And we've now also got, you'll see later, Windows Admin Center, which does a good job. There's also a free edition, the Hyper-V server. If you're going to deploy virtual machines that aren't Windows, you could just download the Hyper-V server and deploy those with no licensing requirements. You wouldn't have to pay for that Hyper-V server. There's no other roles, just Hyper-V. It's only core, it's not GUI. That could be an option for an answer. But the third deployment type is nano server. Now, I've got about 6 or 7 slides here, and Microsoft have turned Windows Server into the same as Windows 10, where every 6 months there will now be something called a semi-annual channel review edition. And none of those will ever run Windows Server Nano Edition in anything but container. They won't run any of the infrastructure roles. However, the exam currently has infrastructure roles in it. It won't do in Windows Server 2019. So I'm going to go through these because if you're going to take the exam in the next 4, 5, 6 months, this will still be in the exam. So Nano Server is absolutely teeny tiny. The hint's in the name, nano, tiny. It doesn't have any method of interacting directly with it unless it's an emergency recovery. And that's a pretty valid description of in graphic terms of the sizes you would have. I don't know what refactoring is. Basically, it's rewritten from the ground up. It's done on .NET Core. And it's designed for very fast, very small, standalone solutions and containerized solutions. You can run DNS in it. You can run it as a host. You can run it as a Hyper-V server. You can run it as a file server. You can't run it as things like DHCP or Active Directory, but you can run in lots of different areas. The key with Nano Server is it's not an installable option from the DVD. You have to do something special to install it. You have to create an image and deploy it. So those are the four of the areas that Nano Server is going to cover. Is the use you're going to have for this appropriate for Nano Server, or should it be core? So if you're going to run, I've said 2, if you're going to run Active Directory, that's never going to be a Nano Server deployment. You need to use a core or a desktop edition. Out of the box, you get a WIM file, a Windows image file that will do nothing. If you were to deploy it, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't have any roles on it. It wouldn't have any features. You have to deploy those manually. And all management of Nano has to be remote. If you go to a virtual machine or a host that you've installed as Nano, that's what you would see. If you put the correct details in, you would get another black screen with some F keys, and you can change networking, you can change firewalls, you can change IP addressing and that sort of stuff. That is it. And you can reset WinRM. WinRM, Windows Remote Management, the PowerShell channel to be able to communicate with these devices. So what is it? It's a super small footprint. It can be installed as a physical host, a virtual machine guest, or a container operating system. It supports all of those roles. And just as an example, if I start a virtual machine that's a Nano server, it will be about 1.5, 2 seconds on the RTM edition, whereas a virtual machine that's a full GUI would be 20, 30, something. It's tiny. It runs very, very fast and starts very fast. The note here says the server edition 1709 and onwards, so all the new semi-annual channel editions will not have infrastructure roles. You can only use them as container roles. And at some point in the next few months, the exam will reflect that, but it doesn't yet. So how do I actually do it? How do I install Nano? Well, I go to the distribution media, I go to the Nano server folder, I copy everything across, and I can use 2 or 3 methods. I could use DISM, I could use, deployment, imaging, and servicing module. I could use DISM, I could use PowerShell, or I could use a front end to PowerShell, which somebody has written, the graphical interface for deploying images. You have to add the roles, and you have to add the drivers. The drivers and the roles come in packages, which are on the media. You can go to a package repository. Windows PowerShell now has package repositories, and you can pull down Nano server packages using the install package provider and the import package provider solutions. And then you can do a quick find on the Nano Server package. The manual way, the very manual way, is to convert the WIM into a VHD. There's a Windows image file with Nano Server in. You can add all your stuff to it and then produce a virtual hard disk file to either boot a host or to boot a virtual machine. Now, there's an error there. I did change it, but I haven't changed it today. That should say copy-item. I apologize. It's a PowerShell command. Copy is not a PowerShell command. Copy-item. I'm going to copy the contents of the D drive Nano Server into a folder called C drive Nano Server and all of the folders underneath. So I now have on my hard disk the files I need to use. I can then change to that directory, use a fantastic bit of PowerShell called Convert Windows Image, which was written by a Microsoft MVP and has been donated to the open source. So I can convert it, the WIM to a VHD, say what edition I want, and then I've got a VHD. I'd still have to add more roles and features to it if they weren't in the WIM file. The graphical option, here's a graphical option. You step through the wizard and choose what you want. Do you want it as a USB? Do you want it as a WIM? Or do you want it as something else? And it will deploy it for you. If you want to customize it in a different way, you can use an unattend file. So you could deploy Nano Server to a machine and run an unattend file that will join it to a domain. You can join it to a domain another way as well, but you can join it to a domain this way if you want to. You can run it as a dual boot if you want to. And you can install Defender. You can install all sorts of things in the agents and tools area. You can set the computer name as well, if you want to. So I said Nano Server can only be managed remotely. It can be recovered and protected natively, but it can be remotely managed. And these are the ways we can manage a Nano Server. We can use remote graphical and web tools, so remote server admin tools. We can use a Windows server that has a GUI to connect to the Nano Server and manage it. If it's not in a domain, then you would need to update the trusted hosts file, and this is, I don't know if it's in there, but it's a really good exam question. You'd need to update the trusted hosts file on your server to allow the IP address of the Nano Server to come into your environment, otherwise, because it doesn't have Kerberos authentication. PowerShell remoting, you can obviously use PowerShell remoting, whole thing's based on PowerShell. You can use Hyper-V Manager, you can use all the container management tools as well. You can use System Center Virtual Machine Manager if you want to. You can use DISM to deploy it. DISM does just about everything. And then there's a lot of integration from partners and third parties using their frameworks. Lots and lots of ways of managing and deploying Nano Server. Now, there is one objective in the exam still that does no longer exist. And that's server management tools. Server management tools was an Azure solution, never came out of preview. It was replaced this time last year with Project Honolulu that has now gone through many iterations and is now the Windows Admin Center. So that's the old one. And that's what it used to do. And that's the new one, which is an HTML5. It's still browser-based, but it's based on the machine itself. Currently, you won't get questions on Windows Admin Center, but you will in the end. If you're managing Windows Server 2012 R2, 2016, or indeed now 2019, you should be using this. This is the future of all Windows Server management. It doesn't replace, it carries out the same functions as all of the wonderful MMC snap-ins, all of the tools like Hyper-V Manager, Failover Cluster Manager, and it integrates into Azure Backup and Azure ASR as well. And you've got things like a live PowerShell window into any server you're managing. And you can remote desktop into any server you're managing. It's really powerful. It's been updated this week for the 1809 edition. Even if you're not using Windows Server 2016, you can deploy this to a Windows 10 client and manage your Windows Server 2012 infrastructure with this. Get ready for when it changes in the exam, and you should just be using this anyway, fellas. It does everything. I think it's about 25, 26 of the inbox tools that it uses. So those are the options. Now we need to create, manage, and maintain our images to deploy. And one of the hardest types of questions to answer, I think, is plan. The old 2003 MCSE had a design exam, and a lot of it was planning. How do I plan for this? What do I plan for that? So what sort of virtualization? Let's say planning. Let's do planning for virtualization. So planning involves designing the scope of my project. Which servers am I going to virtualize? Which means, are they able to be virtualized? Do they have the hardware necessary to virtualize? Which workloads running on my servers at the moment can virtualize? So I may be able to virtualize the server, but can I run the workloads? Is the application that runs on that server available for virtualization? And there's a wonderful tool, if you've ever used it, called MAP, Microsoft Assessment and Planning Toolkit, the MAP Toolkit. To do this exam, you've got to go and download it. Download the MAP Toolkit, deploy it, have a look at it, see what it does for you. It surveys your environment and gives you a lot of really good answers. We'll see MAP a little bit later. There's something brand new in Windows Server 2016, which really is networking, but it could just as easily come into this exam, which is the new NetNat object. And we'll look at that in the next slide. So it provides network address translation using virtual switches, so it doesn't need an RAS machine or a different type of routing to be able to do that. So this is a bit of PowerShell that would show you how to create a new virtual machine switch and to make your machines inside that switch, which is an internal switch. See, that's an internal switch, an internal VM switch, can't communicate with the outside world, can communicate with the machine itself, but not the outside world. First of all, we put an IP address. The IP address is the gateway. We then create a new NetNat object, which is attached to the virtual machine switch. And it means that any traffic headed for outside uses that object to get out through the gateway into the outside world. It takes about 2 minutes, and it saves you installing an extra server or a router or anything. It just is absolutely excellent. So planning for our virtualization. This is an example of MAP, Microsoft Assessment and Planning Toolkit. It goes through your environment, collects a load of information about what machines you've got. It's one of Microsoft's solution accelerators. There are about 5 or 6 of those. And it scans your servers, your networks, your environments, and comes up with things on VMware, Hyper-V, physical servers, virtual machines, and tells you whether they are able to be used in certain ways. It's also a really good way of doing a software inventory on your systems. Because, of course, we all have up-to-date software inventories of everything on all of our servers with all the licenses ticking in. So this is a good way of doing that. So we've got our image. We've built our image. We now want to do clever stuff like changing it. Forever and ever, Windows Server 2003, etc., we used sector-based images. An example of a sector-based image is an ISO file. Once you've baked your ISO file, even if you've spelt something wrong inside it, you've got to recreate a new one to change it. That's a sector-based file image. File-based images is the Windows image file, a WIM. You can have many different images inside the WIM, so you could change your images and add them to a WIM file so that when you deploy it to somebody, they can choose what images they want. And if you want to make changes, you can just do online and offline management of that file to add things in. So you could add drivers, you can add updates, you can add applications, you can do all sorts of stuff. Just know the difference between ISO and WIM so that when the question says, you've got this, you want to do this, if the answer's ISO, you can't do it if it's online. You have to redo the image completely. At this point, you need to go off, go to docs.microsoft.com, go to dism.exe, and learn it. And learn how it works, play with it, practice it, use it, understand it, know the difference between online servicing and offline servicing. This bit of the exam is an invitation for DISM. You're updating images. That's what DISM does, Deployment and Imaging Servicing Module. If you're going to use, if you want to put applications that are MSIs or .exes, they need to be done online. So you have to do an online imaging servicing for that. For those taking pictures, by the way, these will be available. So take pictures, but they will be available. Oh, wrong button. Okay, now, there's also, I haven't mentioned these yet, there is a company called MeasureUp. MeasureUp is Microsoft's preferred practice exam provider. And if you want to do practice exams here, you can do them free in the hands-on lab zone. So if you think you're nearly ready for an exam, go and find the lab zone, which is in the immersion zone over there somewhere. Go to the hands-on lab area, choose a practice exam, do the practice exam, pass it, go and take an exam. The exams are 50% off. So what I did, because I sometimes write questions for all sorts of people, so I spoke to MeasureUp and said, I'm going to do this, can I have a pre-license for 740? And they said, yes. So these are actual MeasureUp questions you would get if you did that practice test. Normally, practice tests aren't free. You do have to buy them if you want to. So have a read. So each of those drop-downs have exactly the same options. New nanoserver image, media path is G, base path is .base, target path is a VHDX, storage space is direct nanoserver. I want to deploy it as something. I want it to be a data center, and I need to add things to it. I'm not going to ask anybody to come up with answers. I'm just going to show you the answers, and you can all go, yeah, I got that. So it's going to be a guess. This is going to be a virtual machine. I know I need packages, because remember I said all of my roles are in packages, and I know it's going to be a cluster. So I need to make it available as a cluster node. An example of something you could get in a server exam. Now, at the end of each section, I've just put a few hints and tips. Don't forget that your setup.exe, which is on the DVD or the USB stick, allows you to do server core and server desktop experience. Core is the default. Don't forget Map Toolkit. It's in the objective domain. It specifically mentions Map Toolkit. Worth an hour or so playing with it and looking at it. Understand how to manage core and nano with the different tools. DISM, djoin, PowerShell. Play with this stuff. These exams are now designed for hands-on usage, to understand and learn them. Understand the differences in virtualization. The questions may well mention Microsoft Azure. It may not be a valid option to virtualize on premises. You may have to send it somewhere, to a cloud, potentially. Okay, storage solutions. There's an awful lot of brand new stuff in storage in Microsoft Windows Server 2016. You have Storage Spaces Direct. That's only available in Data Center. You have Storage Replica. That's only available in Data Center, unless you've got 2019. And now that's going to be available in Standard as well, in a cut-down version. But it starts off at the very, I won't say basic, but at the lower level. What sort of sector sizes are needed on various workloads? That's, to me, really nuts and bolts, right down in the weeds type question. Difference between a GPT, a GUID partition table, and a master boot record disk. Why would you use an MBR as opposed to a GPT? Can't think you would now, but there may be some reasons. Have a look at those. Know the differences between VHDs and VHDXs. There are lots. Understand those differences. What can you do in a VHDX? What can't you? Or VHD, sorry. Know how to mount them. DiskPart is a fantastic tool. know how to use diskpart, or the GUI tool, the disk management tool, to use that. Know the differences between NTFS and REFS. So at this point in this exam, REFS doesn't have deduplication. 1709 onwards, it does. So you might think, oh, I'm all modern, I understand this, it has deduplication. It doesn't here. So if there's a deduplication question, configuring shares, SMB, all that good stuff as well. And then the one that always catches me out, always, 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 is the file and folder permissions. Whether they're share permissions, whether they're NTFS permissions, how they work together. That's something, if you take the exam in an exam center and it's something you're struggling with, get in there, get the pen, write down straight away. You might get one question, but it could be the one question that's important. So MBR, GPT. Master boot record. If you haven't got a master boot record, you can't infect it. You can have 4 primary partitions in a master boot record and a maximum size of 2 terabytes of a disk. So anything bigger than 2 terabytes has to be GPT. You can have as many partitions, 120 odd, 128 partitions in a GPT drive. Basically, if you need it bigger than 2 terabytes, it has to be GPT. FAT, NTFS, and REFS. Perfect question. You want to install Windows Server. You've got 3 disks. Which disk would you put it on? If it's FAT, it can't go on it. If it's REFS, it can't go on it. It has to go on an NTFS partition. Windows Server has to be installed on an NTFS partition. Very easy. VHD and VHDX. VHDXs can be used in a Generation 2 virtual machine has to have a VHDX. It's one of the reasons. You can use shared VHD storage with VHDXs. VHDs can only go up to 2 terabytes. And if ever you're going to put anything into Azure, so if you're building it on premises to put it into Azure, and you don't want to go through conversion, it has to be VHD, and it has to be a Generation 1 virtual machine. VHDX appeared in 2012 and beyond. Sizes are bigger, and it can be used for shared storage. Understand the PowerShell of creating this stuff, and the disk management, and the disk part. If there's more than one way of doing something, the question could be confusing. Server Manager, disk management, disk part, PowerShell, you can create them all. It's 154 commandlets at last count in PowerShell for disk management. That's a lot of commandlets. Server storage. You obviously know Windows Server uses storage spaces and storage pools. Got primordial disks that you turn into storage pools, and you create spaces from them, put disks on, volumes on them, and give them names and numbers, and you can do stuff. Understand what you need to do tiered storage. So you've got fast storage on SSD and slower storage on HDD, and you can use cache in fast storage and capacity in slower storage. And then storage replica. Storage replica is brand new. I always say as a Microsoft certified trainer, if something is brand new in a product, it gives the exam writers a perfect chance to write a question they haven't written in the last product. Lots of questions on new stuff. Not exclusively, but lots of questions on new stuff. Storage replica is new. Understand what you need, that you need data disks and you need log disks, and that it's block replication and not file replication, that you can do replication disk to disk, server to server, within a cluster, and cluster to cluster. Storage pools, go and create them. Go and create thin provision storage pools. Go and put a bunch of disks. Build a virtual machine, put a bunch of VHDs into a server, make yourself a storage pool, carve it up in lots of different ways, then go and delete one of the files, see what happens, see how you can recover it. Just play with these things. If you don't know how to use them, you need to get hands-on. Storage Spaces Direct, again, is brand new. It's not something the majority of you will ever have touched yet. And in production, it's highly unlikely you will unless you've bought... It's gone back in. Unless you've bought the Windows Server, the WSSD partner devices that are pre-configured for you, because they're particularly sensitive to drivers and firmware and additions like that. But Storage Spaces Direct allows you to create a cluster, take a bunch of disks across all of that cluster, turn them into one storage pool, and then have them shared across there. So you no longer need a SAN. You can do that with a Storage Spaces Direct. And if you do what's called hyperconverge and have the storage cluster attached to where the compute cluster is, there's no networking in between. Everything is extremely rapid. And you get very, very fast connections and very, very fast numbers of very high IOPS, in the millions of IOPS, and in the many gigabytes per second of throughput. A very, very powerful solution. Once you've built it, you can turn it into a cluster shared volume and put a resilient file system on it to allow you to use it for cluster sharing as well. It's designed and built for storing Hyper-V virtual machine disks across a cluster. Disk layouts. In storage pools and in lots of other areas, you have the old thoughts of RAID. We don't use RAID in this, we call it disk layout, and we have sort of RAID configuration. So simple is what used to be striped disks. There's no resilience in there. Two-way mirroring needs at least 2 disks, and you can lose 1, and that is mirrored. Three-way mirroring needs 5 disks, and you can lose up to 2 drives at a time. Parity has to have at least 3 disks, but can have a number, as many as you've got in there. To cope with 2 failing drives, you need 7 drives in the parity set. How you choose these depends on what you're going to use them for. Are they for databases? Are they for file sharing? Do you want maximum speed? Et cetera, et cetera. We also still have iSCSI in the exam. The server has the initiator built in, and you can deploy the target as well. So you can serve up your storage in a server to be available for other devices to use if you want to, and you can carve it up into LUNs. It's not required, but if your system uses it, you can still use it in Windows Server. It's cheaper than buying the fiber stuff to do, and it works effectively. Here's the storage replica. It's block-based. It allows storage. It doesn't really matter what you're moving, how you're moving it. It will just move. You can move it between clusters, between servers, between disks. It uses SMB, Server Message Block 3.1 now. If you're going to do this in production, you need very fast, very powerful network cards, RDMA, Remote Data Memory Access network cards, using 10 or 20 or 40 gigabit networking. Those network cards will do a lot of the shunting and the work and take it off the processor. RDMA is a specific requirement in one of the ODs. It supports just about any type of storage there is, and it supports those stretch cluster, server to server, and cluster to cluster. Deduplication, understand data deduplication, know what it does, know how it does it. In Server 2016, it's no longer as slow and clunky as it was. It's a multi-threaded solution now. It doesn't just do one and go through all the way. It's a multi-threaded solution. It can be scheduled. Microsoft do not do data deduplication on the fly. It hits the disk, and then at a certain point in time, it is then deduplicated. With VHDs, you can save 70, 80, 90% of your space quite often. If they've all got Windows Server installed on them, lots of space saving. PowerShell to do it, you add a Windows feature. There's an evaluation tool which is on the media called DPD Eval. You can run that against volumes, and it will tell you what space savings you are likely to make. So you don't have to go through all the effort and then end up not saving any space. You can do it that way. You do it per volume. You don't do it across your system. You say, this volume will be deduped, this volume won't. The default is if the data's 3 days old, it's available for deduplication. So it's not going to deduplicate anything that's hot and in current use. It'll deduplicate the old stuff. It's now available on REFS from 1709. So when the exam does change, when the objective domain changes, note whether it's talking about this semi-annual channel edition. At the moment, it doesn't cover it. Practice question. Virtual disk is on CVHD, use disk VHDX. It's 2 terabytes and it's fixed. You want to modify the disk so that it can dynamically expand and be used with a Generation 1 virtual machine. You want to keep the administrative effort required and data loss to a minimum. What should you run? Generation 1 VM can use what? VHD, not VHDX. Tips. Understand everything you possibly can about use cases, types, sizes, about VHD and VHDX. It's a really simple thing to ask about. Know the disk layouts. Know the difference between basic disks, dynamic disks, fixed disks, parent disks, differencing disks. Understand what they are. And know how to manage all of those. Disk part, disk manager, and PowerShell. Hyper-V. We're coming into the areas that are the biggest in the exam. Hyper-V and high availability. So Hyper-V requirements. New in Windows Server 2016, it has to have SLAT. The motherboard has to have SLAT. SLAT is second level address translation. Can't be added afterwards. It either has it or it doesn't have it. Windows used to need it anyway. Windows Server now needs it as well. This is all part of a requirement for the new feature, which is nested virtualization. You have nested virtualization in Windows Server. If you're going to use things like measured boot and secure boot, you need to have a TPM, Trusted Platform Module. A lot of servers come with them, not all of them. And as a hint, make sure your TPM for Windows Server 2016 and above is always a version 2. If it's not a version 2, it can't do things like shielded virtual machines. The version 2 TPM has much more on it. It can store more things, and it is better. For the sake of 5 or 10 quid or dollars, it's worth doing. It can run in any of those. And it can run all these guests. From Vista to Windows 10. Yes, I did just say Vista, sorry. And from Server 2008 all the way up to 2016, and indeed now 2019. It will run Linux. Microsoft love Linux. It will run Linux, and it'll run FreeBSD. How do we manage our virtual machines? Well, we've got Hyper-V Manager, PowerShell. We've now got PowerShell Direct. PowerShell Direct allows you to communicate with a virtual machine by name with absolutely no networking involved in the virtual machine. So as an example, you could build a virtual machine with no network card. It's secure. Nobody can get in it. You can use PowerShell with PowerShell Direct to deploy the roles to it, deploy everything you want on it, put a network card on it, put a firewall on it, then put an IP address on it, and bing, it's available. So it's really, really secure. It's also a really good way if you forget stuff and it breaks, and your networking stack breaks. So a lot of commandlets now have the VM name parameter, which allows you to go directly into that VM. Nested virtualization. There is another virtualization platform which has had this for a very long time. The only reason we have it now is because it is required to be able to run Hyper-V containers. The byproduct of needing Hyper-V containers is that you have to enable nested virtualization, which means now on your Windows 10 device, if it's a Pro and it's got Hyper-V, you can enable nested virtualization on which you can put a Windows server, on which you can enable virtualization and put VMs, if you want to. has to comply with all of these things. To do this, you create a virtual machine, turn it off. On the host, you enable the processor extensions, the virtualization extensions, then you restart the virtual machine. The virtual machine must have static memory, can't be dynamic. VM settings. This is one of the ones I don't like because you go to docs, there are thousands of these things and they all do different stuff. Go through a virtual machine, build one, build a generation 1, then build a generation 2 and look at the differences. So generation 2 doesn't have the old legacy in network adapter, it boots straight from a proper network adapter. You can hot add network cards, disks, all sorts of stuff. Know the differences. And know the differences for what can actually happen. So TPM in Gen 2 is brilliant because it allows you to do shielded VMs. Again, more on disks. Know the differences between differencing, dynamically expanding and fixed. How we pass through to a physical disk on a machine if you still need to do that. VHDs and VHDX. You may never get a question on differencing. Just go and read about it and understand it. Not many people use it. If you've not got much disk space, you should be using it in proof of concepts and stuff. Shared VHDX files, you can share them over more than one virtual machine. So if the virtual machine needs, if 2 or 3 virtual machines need access to that file, you can share it with a VHDX. You can't with a VHD. Some big changes in Hyper-V networking. I mentioned NetNat. You've also got teaming. Well, you had teaming in 12 Edge. You had you had VM teaming there. We now have switch embedded teaming. So I can create a virtual machine switch, enable teaming, and point it at 2 physical adapters. It will then team those adapters for me. Any virtual machine I attach to it has those adapters teamed automatically. Microsoft did this because when you're dealing with software-defined networking, you will not have the credentials for the VM to get in to be able to do that stuff. So if you're doing it at the virtual machine switch layer, the host can manage that, so network controller can manage that. So it's done at that layer. Very clever, very effective. Remember, legacy is only available in generation 1s and are limited to 100 megabits. So when you used to have to install to a legacy network adapter, if you never changed that to a real one, your VM was running at 100 megabits rather than 10 gig. Much, 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 much better. This is a big one. Absolutely know what you can and can't do with each of these types of switches, virtual machine switches. What an external does, what an internal does, what a private does, how you do it, what connectivity you've got. And also, this is the point where you're going to need about NetNat. If you've got an internal switch, you're not allowed to connect it to the physical network for security reasons. How can you give access to the internet? NetNat. NIC teaming, I've just covered. Again, go through all the settings. There's an awful lot of very complicated settings here that most of us won't use most of the time. Go to docs, read what it means, read what they do. Your practice question for this section. Reliable snapshots. That's all you need to know when it says reliable snapshots. Microsoft have added in, for years and years and years and years, Microsoft said, do not use checkpoints or snapshots as backups. And what did everybody do? They used them as backups. So now Microsoft have given you, they've converted them back to checkpoints, which System Center uses, and they've given you production checkpoints and standard checkpoints. And a production checkpoint is a VSS-aware image, so that if you revert to it, the machine is off, because no system state is stored. So it's as good as a backup, but they still say, please don't use it as a backup. You will. If you set it, by the way, if you set it for production checkpoint, and for some reason it's unable to do it, it will create a standard checkpoint for you, which is quite useful. Tips here, different types of switches, absolutely. Know the hardware and advanced NIC settings, things like VMQ and all that sort of stuff. And no NIC teaming and no SET, switch embedded teaming. Containers. Who's used containers ever? 1, 2, 3, right, okay. So all of you are going to need to understand about this stuff. Best thing I can suggest to you is go to www.microsoft.com. In fact, no, not that one. Go to aka.ms/Windows containers. That will take you through a tutorial on how to build them, how to use them in both Windows 10 and Windows Server. If you've got an Azure subscription, you can equally do it just as well in Azure. A container is a container is a container. It will run anywhere, pretty much. Microsoft have partnered with Docker for Windows Server and Windows 10. You can now install containers in a standard ordinary Windows Server. You just have to say, make it a container host, and you can do Windows containers. The benefit of Windows containers for licensing purposes is you can run as many as you like without consuming a license. Each virtual machine consumes one of your licenses. A container doesn't unless it's a Hyper-V container. The drawback, a container shares the same kernel as the other containers. A Hyper-V container doesn't. Okay? You're going to have to learn a new language, I'm afraid. You're going to have to learn Docker speak, both in terms of the products they use and the command line to control and manage containers. A container allows you to run as many as you want of a certain type of item without conflicting. Everything is contained in there. So you might have .NET 4 running in one container and .NET 3 running in another. You can't install them both on the host, but you've got the libraries in the container and they can run like that. So that's a virtual machine with hardware virtualization, and there's a lot of overhead there. You're installing virtual hardware, you're installing a whole operating system, and then you're installing the application as well. With containers, all you're doing is deploying an application or a role with the things that are necessary, and they don't have a separate operating system to run off. They are really small. If Nano Server is fast to start, containers can take, in the new editions, milliseconds to start and stop. And I can deploy hundreds of containers at the same time if I want to. Trust me, if you're supporting things for developers, they're going to be knocking on your door about containers, and if they aren't already. So you've got Windows Server containers, very, very fast, but as you can see there, they share the same kernel. There is a potential risk there. Hyper-V containers generates a small virtual machine. You can't use it, you can't touch it, you can't interact with it. The container is in it, and it has its own kernel. It's slightly slower, but it's more robust. Hyper-V containers do consume one of your Windows licenses. Okay? The container itself is identical. I can deploy the same container in the top half as I can in the bottom. I'm just telling it how it deploys it. It's just a deployment method. Wow. Okay, I'm going to skip through some of these because I'm running out of time. All of the slides are available. There's masses on the slides, and they were really just put there to help you revise from them. So if you'll excuse me flipping through a bit. You need to test an image creation. Well, you would use Docker build for that. Docker build is a file that builds containers from a number of different solutions if you want to. aka.ms Windows containers. Go and practice, go and use them. Sign up to the Docker newsletter if you dare. Install it on Windows 10 if you dare. It's a little application you install. You can run it on there. It's fine. In the new versions of both Server, not this one, but the next version, and in Windows 10, you can now deploy Linux containers and Windows containers together. And one of the big ones for the questions is understand when you would deploy a physical machine, a virtual machine, or a container to do a job. High availability. So we're talking about Hyper-V replica, live migration, storage migration. Know the differences. This is a bit of a planning solution. Understand high availability. There are several questions on high availability. What pieces form part of it? different types. So network load balancing is for your stateless apps like IIS. Failover clustering is for your stateful apps like SQL or file servers. Know the difference between host clustering and guest clustering, where the hosts are the physical cluster and where the guests are the virtual cluster. Brand new, good for a question in Server 2016. Historically, if you had a cluster and you wanted to upgrade it from 12 to 16, you had to leave that one, build a new one, move things across. Now you just add a node, make it a 16 node, add things to it, drain the others, upgrade the others, and you don't have to create a new cluster. It's called rolling cluster upgrade. In 2012, you got rolling cluster updates, or cluster aware updating, I should say. You now get rolling cluster upgrades. That's not a slide to read, that's a slide for revision. Software-defined data center allows you to run a new role called network controller, which is only available in Data Center Edition. And this software-defined networking will allow you to deploy virtual machines with identical networking and different network security groups across your environment entirely by software. So if a node needs to go down, it'll just move automatically, or you'll move it using policies you've created. The choice you've got between a traditional SAN and Microsoft software-defined storage depends on what investment you've already made, to be blunt. If you've got a SAN and it's working and you're still paying for it, you're going to use it. If you haven't, it's worth looking at software-defined storage to invest. All you need is data center editions rather than buying networking, buying SAN equipment, etc. Brand new in 2012 was all that, and brand new in 16 is storage quality of service, storage replica, upgrade, storage spaces direct, and Azure consistent storage. Don't forget, we've still got the fiber channel, we've still got virtual fiber channel in virtual machines, we've got iSCSI available as well. Perfect question for a build list. Gives you an item, about 9 items down there. You need to build a cluster, what do you do? Drag and drop. Understand how to build a cluster. Built in the box, you've got PowerShell, gives you full control as well. Whereas the GUI in Failover Cluster Manager doesn't actually do everything PowerShell does. Storage replica, we've covered. Allows you to copy using block copy on SMB across your network. So imagine you've got big file stores here, big file stores here. You can replicate them across quite some distance. Storage spaces direct. Know the difference between disaggregated and hyperconverged. Disaggregated, you've got 2 clusters. You've got double the amount of machines. You've got a compute cluster and a storage cluster. Hyperconverged is where you have one cluster and everything, the compute and everything runs in it. This is the faster, better one, but when you expand you add a new node, you get new compute and you get new storage, whereas the other one you would either add one node to each. Understand how to configure the roles, configure the VMs, where do you do it, what are available roles for high availability, know those. Understand guest clustering and shared VHDXs, which we mentioned before, how it does it, what it does. In fact, you need cluster shared volume using the resilient file system. Know the differences between live migration, quick migration, and storage migration. You'll get a question such as, you need to move from one node to another without any downtime at all. There's only one way you can do it, it's live migration. If you can afford a small amount of downtime, you can do a quick migration. Quick migration will pause it, save its state, move it across, and start it again. NLB, network load balancing. In Windows Server Data Center 2016, you have the complete Azure load balancer, pretty much. It's a lot more complicated to install, and you need Data Center to do it, but it's a much better, faster load balancer than network load balancing. But network load balancing is free. It's built into both boxes, and you can use it as a front end, if you want to stateless applications such as IIS. Know what it is, know how to use it, know what the options are, how to install it, whether you use unicast or multicast. You need to use genserve to create additional VMs on another Hyper-V hosts. You want to put the source files on a shared network folder. So what are you doing? You're exporting. You export the VM. Know the difference between failover cluster manager tasks and your Hyper-V and role tasks and your PowerShell, what you can do in PowerShell. What use cases you'd use for network load balancing as opposed to a cluster itself, a failover cluster. And understand how to implement rolling upgrades because it's brand new. Last section. Now, this is the section, and you're finding it now. I've got 3.5 minutes left. In your revision, you'll do all the other 5, and you'll leave this one. And you'll get to the exam, and you'll find 5 questions that are bread and butter, dead easy, and you haven't looked at it, and it's hard. Don't do what Ed's just done. Make sure you pay proper attention to the management and monitoring. There are so many tools. You've got WSUS. You've got Performance Manager. You've got Reliability and Performance Manager. You've got Task Manager. You've got all sorts of tools to allow you to do all sorts of stuff. How you would deploy your WSUS, what PowerShell commands you'd use in WSUS. Backup. There could potentially be questions on Azure Backup built into this because it's an agent you can install on the server. How to monitor your server installations. Performance Monitor. This is the one that catches me out every single time. When you pass the exam, you get bars on each of these, and my monitoring one is always fairly low. What can you do with Performance Monitor? How do you do it? Creating data collector sets, creating alerts on them, taking out automation based on them. What does Resource Monitor do different that Performance Monitor doesn't? Well, Resource Monitor is real time. Performance Monitor can collect stuff and play it back for you. And of course, we've got, not mentioned here, the best one of all, which is the event logs to be able to pull out and analyze separately. And the backup, done it again. The backup option for that is system reserved and system state, because that's where your Active Directory is stored. Windows Server backup, nice little questions in there. Whether you back up the host with the VMs in it, or whether you use server backup in the VMs to back the VMs up. Depends how you do it. Lots of tools for monitoring, lots and lots and lots. Okay, preparation. I wanted to rush to this because this is the new stuff. Microlearning. There's not much on server in Microsoft Learn yet, but there will be. There's instructor-led training, and there are online courses available. There's lots in Channel 9, there's lots in Microsoft Virtual Academy, and people blog and put videos up all the time. There's masses and masses and masses of help for you in studying. For the newer roles, you can go to Microsoft Learn, sign in, and do 10-minute tests, 10-minute labs, all sorts of stuff. Biggest top tip I can give you is microsoft.com/hands-on-labs. Not many of you will have enough machines or enough architecture to be able to build a full software-defined network or a full storage spaces direct. There are labs on hands-on labs that you can just sign up to, and it'll give you an hour to build that lab and do it. Really, really good resource. Docs.microsoft.com. That's the one you want to use, docs.microsoft.com. Don't forget, exam on site is 50%, free hands-on lab area labs, which contain most of the hands-on labs you've got outside, and free measure-up tests as well today and this week. Come and visit us all at the certification area, ask questions. And those are the rest of the sessions on. I'll leave that up. This is the only server session. The rest are all the new certifications. Normally there's 20 of these things, and there's only a few this time. And there are some theatre sessions about certification as well. Any questions, anybody? Microsoft.com/hands-on-labs. Lots and lots and lots of them. And any partners will already know they've got access to that as well. Can you come to the microphone, sorry?
I was wondering, how do you get the slides that you showed?
So, if the slides are not available on download, drop an email to serverguy@microsoft.com. I will put them in a OneDrive and I will tweet them out as ServerGuy, and you'll be able to download them out my OneDrive. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Please evaluate.